What's up, guys? I could do 1940 here. We are back with another episode of our New York Islanders BGM mode, and I wanted to start something new for my GM modes, and that is featuring your guys' comments at the beginning of the video, just because I just think it'd be cool for you guys to see your comments in the video, and I'd be able to answer your comments directly in the video instead of reading it to myself, maybe commenting on the video, typing it in the comments section. Now I'll be able to actually tell you guys what I think about each one of your individual comments. So, first off, we have Don O'Connor. You guys might know him as NovaDragon1311 in some of the videos I've done, that we've done together. And he comments, "You could trade Toffoli unless he is having a good season for a decent prospect as well as a decent first-round pick, or the other way around and trade Heatley for a top 5 pick and maybe get a better player than Heatley." And you guys will actually see in a minute, I think I'm going to do that. But I'll get to that more in a minute. But Tyler Toffoli, on that subject of trade Toffoli unless he's having a good season. Remember those words. Now up next, we have Maniac. Sorry if I'm pronouncing that wrong. But he says straight up, put Heatley on the first line. And I'm actually going to do that as well. So now let's jump into the actual GM mode. Make a trade. Now, I hate that I have to do it, but it is, in a way, the perfect time to do it, and the perfect chance to do it, because if we look here, GM options, contracts, there is one player, and it is not Manny Heatley, it's Tyler Toffoli, and I hate to say this, but this kind of goes with both comments, the one saying trade Toffoli if he's not having a good year, and the other saying put Heatley on the first line. This move complements both of those, and the thing with Toffoli, he's been great for us. He won us the Stanley Cup last year. He's been here since like year 1 or 2. He's been here for forever. And he's been one of our most consistent players. Unfortunately, you can only look at the last 4 seasons. But I mean, 66 points, 71, 68, consistently gets 20-goal, 50-assist seasons. He's very consistent. He was one of our most consistent players. But this year, he's not doing so great. As a team, we're not doing bad. Our record isn't bad. We're definitely going to be a playoff team. But 40 points, almost 40 points in over 62 games. I mean, he's only on pace for like a 50-point season. Maybe 55. And I mean, that's just not good enough. And it doesn't have to be, because we're still winning games. But he has 1 year left on his contract as well at $5.9 million. So that clears up a lot of cap space, and I have a feeling that going into this offseason, we're not going to be able to re-sign him, because if you look here, money-wise, actually we do have a lot. We have $36 million in cap space. But look at the guys we have to sign. We have to sign Toffoli, Reinhart, Sherbak, Danner. We have to sign some big guys, and then we have Frederick Anderson as well. I mean, I don't know. We might be able to afford him, but it'll be tough. It'll be tough. We won't be able to go in free agency with anyone. And, we are getting to that point where we got to think about the future. Because Gaudreau, $3.8 million. That contract's not going to last forever. $5.6 for Ekman Larson. Danner's still on his minor league deal, so he's going to get a big jump. You know that. Sherbak will actually probably be able to bring down. Kapitanov making 5.3, Suzuki's making 3.2. I mean, Toffoli's not bad. Don't get me wrong, but he's not having the greatest year, and I don't want to. If we move Toffoli down a line, it's Toffoli or what's his name, Heatley. It's got to be one of those two guys. And Manny Heatley's 23 years old, 89 overall, making $6 million a year. And you look at his individual stats; he's very good, but stat-wise, he's not been good. He's not been good at all on our team. Danner has taken off, but this guy's not doing well. I feel like if we put him on the first line, he can get the points. And Toffoli, if we're going to do that, then that means Toffoli has to bump down to the second line. And if we do that, then who goes down to the third line? Sherbak, Danner, Strome, Gaudreau. I don't want to put any of those guys in the third line. So I think it would be best if we trade Toffoli here at the trade deadline for either a roster player, a draft pick. Now let's see, or maybe a player and a prospect, or I mean a prospect and a draft pick. But let's actually see what the lines are looking like if we do need any certain position here if we do trade Toffoli. So this is how it would go. If we move Heatley to the first line, which I think would help him out and help the team out, then this would be our second line. I mean, Goudreau won us the, what's it called, the Conn Smythe last year. He's not going anywhere. Strome's not going anywhere. And Danner's not going anywhere. This guy is future first liner. So Toffoli is the guy that falls out. And I'm not going to put an 88 overall sniper on the third line. We could do it, but I just don't think that would fit. I feel like if we got a guy that would fit that role more, we could do it. And we could definitely use a depth guy down here. And we're saving cap space if we trade him for a third-line player and a pick. So I think we're going to trade Toffoli. The defense is perfect. I love our defense. So we're keeping that the same. And then in the net, of course, Gibson and Anderson, the old Anaheim combo. So yeah, we do have some other guys coming up. So, Tyler Toffoli, it's been a great ride. He's done everything for this team. He did everything right. It's just, you know, certain things happen and pieces fall into place, and unfortunately, Toffoli falls out. And his trade value is pretty good. So, let's actually try to find a player. Now, we could sign a guy like Nick Ritchie, who's a power forward. We don't have to get, you know, a bad third-line player. Or not a bad, but you know what I mean. Konechny, no, we're not going to go with him. Let's just go to the trade block. It'll be a lot easier to do it this way. Alright, so let's actually search this for a second. I just want to see what comes available. Second line forward. Because before we search third line forward, so I want to search second liner. And I want a player between 26 and 30, yeah, 26 and 30. Let's see if we can find that. Let's just search all that. Okay, we got plenty of players here. Now let's see if we can find, wow, JT Miller got to 88 overall, Jesus. With 3.5 star potential. Green, I think I made him 3.5 green. I didn't expect him to get that good. Alright, let's see if we can find a player who would fit more of the third line. And I'm thinking 85 and down. Chris Kreider, I would love to get Kreider on the team, but 1 year left at 5.7. That's the exact same thing as Toffoli. Just not as good. Riley Smith, no, I don't think I want a sniper for the third line. Nick Ritchie's that power forward, but doesn't have great defensive awareness. Tyrese. Ooh, Andrew Shaw. That might actually be perfect. He's actually got great offensive awareness. Great defensively. His discipline's actually really good too. I don't know how. Oh yeah, 30 years old. He fits the age category. He has 2 years left at 5.3 million though. That's a lot for a third line grinder. Because Zibanejad, that's going to be the problem. Actually, Zibanejad, look at that contract. 3.7 for 2 years. But he's not the greatest defensively, which I don't like. Braden Shen's got 2 years left at 3.9. Or almost 4. Yeah, 4. Not bad, Braden Shen. Brandon Saad. 1 year left at 4.7. I like Brandon Saad. He's actually not as good defensively as I'd like him to be. I've updated my rosters a lot since I started this GM mode, so a lot of these guys are different. Like, I made Saad a lot better. Mantha's a power forward. He's a sniper in the newer update, I think. But, Kirby Reichel. Nice. I'm looking for a guy with good defensive awareness as well. Nick Bukestad, no. Nieto, no, I think we're getting down too low. Domi, Kevin Hayes, nah, Nieto. Zucker, nah, now we're getting too low. Nikita Kucherov's only 84. I made him a lot better. Alright, so let's go back up here. I think this is the good area. Actually, Sean Couturier, this isn't it. Nah, he's got 4 years left at 5.7. Forget that. If we could find someone up here with a decent contract, I mean, Forsberg, 1 year left. Now, let's, Andrew Shaw, I don't like his contract, but I like the player. I think Brandon Saad would be a great option, too. 84 defensive awareness isn't bad. It's just 3.5 star, I just don't like seeing that. What is points like? Not that it matters, 32 points. Oh, Brandon Saad. Could work. We could get him on a good deal after this year. Or do we go with Andrew Shaw? He's got 2 years left, which I don't like, but he's a perfect, gritty player. 3-time Stanley Cup champion. Well, only 2-time in this GM mode, but now a 3-time. Ooh, man, I like Shaw better for that position. But Saad's contract is better. Not by much, but I mean, there's 1 year left. Shaw has 2 years left. These guys are just both snipers, right? Yeah. I don't want a sniper. This is hard. Let's just look at third line forwards and see what comes up. I know this has taken a while, but this is changing the team here. Kyle O'Connor. Ooh, O'Connor. Now he's actually... I don't know why his overall is so high. Oh, it's his skating. Yeah, it's his skating and his physical category that brings him up. I was going to say, defensively he's not too great. Offensive awareness isn't the greatest. Passing's not the greatest. When I see 85 two-way forward, I think amazing player, but he's still only listed as a third liner. Now, there's really nobody down here. I mean, there's good players. Like, Cody Eakin's great. But... what's his salary like? 1 year, 3.8? Now it's like Cody Eakin. I know I mentioned him in the last video. I just looking at his defensive category, I love it. All 80s. 86, 80, 87, 86. It's awesome. Physical category's good. Skating's good. Shooting and puck skills are decent. Decent offensive awareness. It's really between Eakin. What about Ehlers? No, he's a playmaker. Not very good. It's between... It really is just between Cody Eakin and Andrew Shaw, but it all depends on what we're looking for. Because Shaw, he has that bigger contract, but Brendan Gallagher. I mean, Gallagher would be the perfect third liner, honestly, but 3 years left at 5.2. He would fit the third line better. Man, Brendan Gallagher. 29 years old, but why would LA trade him? And for Chicago, this is a cap dump. Man, this is so hard because this really does change the team a lot. Shaw is really good, though. Like, all around, this guy could be like a good playmaker, sniper, not just a grinder. Yeah, you know what? We're going for the cup. We're going for that dynasty. We won it last year. We're the defending champs. Andrew Shaw. Let's try it. He does have less of a contract than Toffoli. If they want Toffoli, we can get even more back from Chicago. I mean, we could even get we can get him and Saad, honestly. But whoa, that would go through. Ooh, man, we could get Saad and Shaw, man. Oh man, this is good. Run Blad. No, we're not going to go for much more. I mean, we can go for like Jonathan Daves, but no, not. Oh, 1 year left. Oh god. Oh. Oh man. What if I'd said that in the last episode? Like, we could trade Manny Heatley for Jonathan Taves. It could work. He's 1 year left. God, look at that defensive category. Oh, puck skills all in the 90s. Shooting 80s. Now I'm tempted. Oh, wait a minute. Let's just see this for a second. Hold on. Where's his trade value? Holy crap, wait a minute. Oh, guys. Jonathan Taves. Now, but see, this would give us a problem here because John Tavares is the center. Oh, man. No, we can't get Jonathan Taves. We can't do it, right? Right? Can we do it? Patrick Kane, I mean, then you're just asking for salary problems because you know Kane's still going to want like a $7-8 million deal. It's just funny because we could do it. You know, I'm sitting here thinking, let's go for third liners when we can go out and get Patrick Kane. But no, what am I saying? I wanted to put Heatley on the first line. That wouldn't make any sense. Let's just go with the original deal. Let's take a look at some of these guys. Walter Lavin, 4-star defensive prospect. He wouldn't be bad to pick up. How about Carson? Trent Carson? Nah, we don't need 67 overall. It'd take way too long. Nicholas. Oh, wow. Wow. Really good. His defensive category is already really good. 21 years old. Trade value's nice and low. 1 million. 2 years. This guy's got 3 years. This Lavin guy. Lavin or Nicholas? Lavin has higher trade value, which is hard to believe. Number 92. Let's try to get Lavin here. Maybe we can get... I don't think we can get... Actually, no. Should we go for Shaw? Shaw and Saad, because Saad has 1 year left. We don't have to re-sign him. Because... Actually, hold on. I really want to do this the right way. I don't just want to just do it. I want to have a reason to. And actually, let's check where Chicago is in the standings. Does this make sense for Chicago to do this? The guys are getting, yeah, look at that. Chicago's bottom of the West. They're bottom of the league. Yeah, this makes sense for Chicago. This is a good deal. I just want to see where Saad would fit in. Saad would replace Nelson, so we'd have Saad, Shaw, and Cizikas. Nelson would go down, play with Weiss and Smith. How good has Jordan Nolan been this year? Actually 11 points plus 1. That's pretty good. Yeah, the fourth line has been good. I don't really want to mess with them. Let's see. Yeah, man, I'm not messing with the fourth line. The fourth line's staying. So then I don't think we have to get Saad. It would just bolster our team. How good has Nelson been? Decent, but not the greatest. But Nelson's been here the whole time. I can't get rid of Brock Nelson. But I mean, if we're going for the cup, I mean, it's all about the Stanley Cup right now. It's not about the future right now. When you're left at 2.3, it would be that time to trade Brock Nelson, honestly. You know what? 17 points last year, too, minus. We could trade Brock Nelson here. 8 points in the playoffs, but yeah, we could go for Andrew Shaw. We could trade Brock Nelson, I think. We'd have two-way forwards. Unless they have a power forward instead that I could go for. Unless there's another deal. But I mean, no. Let's, no, not coaching options. Let's do this. Trade negotiations. We're shaking our organization. We're a winning team at the trade deadline, but we're going like 94 Ranger style here. We're making that jump here. We're not just gonna sit back and say, we're a good enough team. I think we can win. You know, no, we're gonna go out there and we're gonna win. Brock Nelson, yeah, his trade value's nice and low too. That's why we'd be able to trade him. But let's go to Chicago. They want Nelson too. This is actually perfect. Yeah, Chicago's got some good guys coming up too. So this makes sense for them. Shaw. They have another power forward. Who's this Paris guy? No, another sniper. 4.5 star though. He wouldn't be bad to pick up. It's Red Star though. He's already 22. I think he's already really hit, or not hit as good as he's gonna be. But oh, there's DeCall. Never got good. Teravainen. I made DeCall and Teravainen a lot better for next GM. But actually I think it'll end up being NHL 16 until we do the next one. But Brandon Saad, we'll see. Saad, yeah, that would definitely go through. I think we can get something else here. If we can get a draft pick, if we can get a second-round pick, too, it'd be fantastic. So, Toffoli and Nelson for Shaw, Saad, and a second. I don't think that'll work. I think we'll end up having to go down to the third, but let's try this. No, okay, yeah, I expected that. So, try the third. All right, so Toffoli and Brock Nelson, two guys who've been here since, like, year 1. Toffoli may be year 2, but I'm pretty sure year 1. I don't remember exactly, but Nelson's been here since the beginning, obviously. For Shaw, Saad, and a third. No, okay, they don't want that. Let's try to move up with our third, because our third's not that good. Okay, so we're basically just trading Toffoli for these two guys. Toffoli is being bumped down to the third line, replaced by Shaw. Saad is replacing Nelson by 3 overalls, which is great, and then we're moving up for the third. We're moving up our third for theirs. Will it go through? Yes, it did. I'm happy to accept this proposal on behalf of the Chicago Blackhawks, and we consider it a done deal. So, Tyler Toffoli, just less than a year after winning the Stanley Cup, he is traded to the Chicago Blackhawks. Now, I hate that I had to do it, but you know, there's a time where sometimes you just have too many good players. You know, and now I think our team just looks better. You know, more depth. And that's what I was saying in the last video. Trade Toffoli or trade Heatley for depth guys. And that's exactly what we did. And we got a third-round pick. We already had one, but I mean, we moved up. And Heatley now slots in on the first line. And Shaw and Saad fit real nice on that third line. So, let's actually see now where they can fit. Power play. Going to give that to Heatley. Is he already on there? No, he's not. Okay, so Heatley, you now get first line power play time. So hopefully that'll give him a few more points. 4-man power play. Go with Heatley. We'll go with Strome. Here you go. Penalty kill. I think I want to play. Oh no, penalty kill. I think we're fine. But I was gonna say play Shaw on the penalty kill, but I think we have to. Heatley's good defensively. Now we'll just keep it like that. 3-man penalty kill. good. 4-on-4 lines. Manny Heatley. And, do we use Danner yet? Hold on. I feel bad because Johnny Gaudreau is really being kept out of some of these lines, but the younger guys, got to give them time. Actually, how old is Gaudreau right now? How old is he? He's only 28. Man, Gaudreau's got a great contract. And last year, didn't have the greatest regular season, but look at the playoffs. Unbelievable. Extra attacker, Tavares, Heatley, Gibson, shootout. Heatley, Strome, Gaudreau, Sherback. Or no, yeah, we used Gaudreau. Wait, did we use Danner? No, we didn't. Okay, so Danner instead. There you go. And the minors, they're already on best lines, right? Yeah, okay, so let's go. Alright, so, after all that time, let's simulate a few games. See what we can do here. So the trade deadline, let's just go into it, see what some teams do. Look at Tavares, he's already got almost 70 points. Trade negotiations, I just want to see if any teams make big moves, because I've gotten kind of lucky in this GM mode. We've gotten to see a few deals, a few teams moving players, player picking and trading. Whoa, see what I'm talking about? Oh my god, this GM mode. Whew. Alright, so this was our deal. But then look at this. Evgeny Malkin to the Carolina Hurricanes for Alex, whatever his name is, that I can never pronounce. Nedikovic. I don't know. Nikovic. I'm not sure, but this guy is, I don't know why Carolina would trade him. Maybe, or no, Carolina had 2 goalies, didn't they? Pretty sure they had like an 88 and 87 overall goaltender, so this actually makes a lot of sense for them. But Evgeny Malkin has been traded out of Pittsburgh. He's now a Carolina Hurricane. Joe Colborne and TJ Brody to the Blues for Mathers, the second, Delorier. Okay. Wow, that's huge. That is huge. So if we bump into Carolina in the playoffs, we know what we're in for. Jacob Silfverberg's been traded back to the Ottawa Senators in exchange for a first-round pick in Wayne Volpatti. Alright, so Silfverberg, welcome back to Ottawa. Very interesting. Alright, no deals made in that hour. Any more? Alright, we got one more. Martin Hansel to the Avalanche. Looks like he really dropped. For a 3rd-round pick. Wow, Hansel for a 3rd. Yeah, he's really dropped. 81 overall. Really gone down. Alright, any last hour trades? Yep. Oh, look at that. Mark Stone. Yeah, man, this is way before the last. This GM mode is so old now. Look at that. Mark Stone, 79 overall to the Calgary Flames from Edmonton for Madison Bowie. Alright. So let's simulate up. Oh, and look at this. Perfect. First game after the trade deadline against the Chicago Blackhawks. This is insane. Wait, which building was it in? Was it in Chicago? Is it in Chicago or Shaw and Saad immediately going back home to play in the rink that they would have played in anyway, even if they hadn't gotten traded? Or is it in Nassau Coliseum? Oh no, it's at the Nassau. Oh wait, no, it is away. Yeah, it's away. So it's in Chicago. Okay, so Saw and Shaw. Why do we keep messing up their names? They're so. We'll start with an S. Shaw and Saad. They're going right back to Chicago. Let's simulate this big game. Watch out for Toffoli. He's looking for revenge. First period. Ooh, no goals. But Toffoli, man, you know how mad he's gonna be. Goes from a Stanley Cup contending team, the defending champs, to the bottom of the league. Second period. Oh, 4 goals. There we go. Nikita Sherback, John Tavares, Ryan Strome, and Manny Heatley. Alright, so in his first game on the first line, he gets a goal. Perfect. Third period, let's close him out. Oh, Aaron Ekblad, there you go. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Toffoli. We shut him out 5-0. So Chicago, they lose 2 heart and soul guys, Brandon Saad and Andrew Shaw, at the trade deadline. And then they get to watch them come back into their building days later and beat them 5-0 and then leave. Oh, man, that was perfect. So, that could be a great sign for things to come. You know, we win our first game after the deadline, 5-0 against the team that we traded with. So let's just see their numbers. Alright, Ekblad had a great night. Larson. Manny Heatley's first game on the first line. He gets 2 points plus 2. Perfect. All right. What about the other guys? Nope, they didn't get points, but let's see what they did. Shaw 3 shots. They were even plus minus. Shaw went out there through the body a little bit. All right. Slot actually won a face-off. I don't know why he was taking face-off, but whatever. What did, this is sad. What did, what's his name? What did Toffoli? We've traded, we've traded O'Reilly here. Toffoli. Yeah, Toffoli. Poor Toffoli. -2. I feel bad for him. I know it's a video game, but I feel bad for him. He could have won another cup this year, but no, we traded him to the worst team in the league. One of the worst. Who would have thought Chicago Blackhawks would drop that far down the league? Alright, so yeah, why not? Let's just get the regular season over and done with in this episode. We won't, there's no reason to wait. Look at Shaw, 104 penalty minutes. He had like an 80 discipline, though, didn't he? He's still getting penalties. Alright, we lose that one. Alright, the Penguins, after trading, Malkin, we beat them 3-2. There we go. Alright, yeah, that was a big move. Toffoli, once again, thanks for your time here in New York. But, gotta move on. We gotta think about right now. And right now, our team, I think, is better after that deal. Oh, look at that. Avery. Sean Avery's son. Who knows? I know it's not, but it's cool to think that way. And they lose. We lose to them 2-0. Sean Avery was probably screening Gibson. Oh, the Blackhawks again, and we beat them 1-0. There we go. So, after we made that trade with Chicago, we shut them out twice. We outscored them 6-0 in the 2 games we played against them since. Oh, man. They couldn't even get a goal on us. I want to know who scored the goal. We lose there. Was it Tavares? I wasn't paying attention, but Tavares scored in that game. 40 goal a year for Tavares. Can he get to 50? I mean, he gets 41. He's got time. I see Gallagher was a Kings leading scorer. They wouldn't have traded him. Alright, Montreal Canadiens. Spencer Smallman, another guy we traded away. And we lose 5-1. Oh, man, Smallman. He got his revenge, I guess. Was in Montreal, too. Spencer Smallman, a guy who, unfortunately, we had to let him go. Basically the same situation. We're in this Islanders GM mode. We're running into good problems, really good problems. You know, that's twice now. If you guys remember, we traded Smallman because he didn't fit in the top 6 because we had too many top 6 players, and now same thing with Toffoli. He just didn't fit because he was too good, basically. So we've just gotten really lucky. We've gotten some really good players. We've built a really good team here. Go the Minnesota Wild 3-0 win there. What's our record since the deadline? Just to show you guys. Alright, so 3-1. Don't care about overtime losses. 3-2, 4-2, 4-3, 4-4. Wow, 5-4, 5-5, 5-6, 6-6, 7-6. So we went 8-6 since the deadline. It's actually not very good. Not very good at all. But let's see what happens here at the end of the year. Can Tavares get to 50 goals? He needs like 6 goals in 5 or 6 games here, so unlikely, but it would be awesome if he did. Alright, the Blue Jackets, they picked up Brendan Dillon at the deadline. Oh, we lose there. We don't got to worry about it. Oh, Evgeny Malkin in the Hurricanes. I almost said the Penguins. So you're used to saying it. Blue Jackets again. Let's get our revenge. There we go. 4-2 win. Back-to-back wins. Perfect. Alright, now the Montreal Canadiens. Spencer Smallman. Let's go. Bring it on, Smallman. We're in our own building now. First period. Oh, Wayne Simmons. Oh my god, another guy. Man, like, this is like the... Oh, I'm not even going to say anything. I'm just going to scroll back and forth and you guys can tell. But yeah, Wayne Simmons, another guy we let go. He scores against us. This is like the episode of Revenge of the Old Islanders. The Old Islanders strike back. PK Subban as well, but Aaron Ekblad, our defenseman, strikes back. And congratulations, Carey Price, on winning the NHL tonight. I mean, 4 awards, the Jennings, Ted Lindsay, Vezina, and Hart. Are you kidding me? Carey Price. Montreal, I mean, I think it's safe to say now Carey Price is the best goaltender in the NHL. I mean, as much as I love Henrik Lundqvist, I mean, Carey Price. I know the Canadians haven't been to, like, the Cup or anything in the last few years, but Carey Price, man, he's going to have the next... He's like the next Patrick Waugh now, I mean, who knows. But now all he needs is a Cup. But off that topic now, second period. Ooh, okay, so Galchenyuk got one, and Spencer Smallman. Ryan Strome got one back. Can we come back here in the third? No, PK Subban again. Jordan Nolan got one back, that's why I didn't bump him off the lineup. We lose 5-3 to Montreal. Alright, so if we have to face Montreal in the playoffs, we know what we're in for. PK Subban, Carey Price, Galchenyuk, Smallman, Simmons. We're in for a rough ride. We have to face them in the playoffs. Alright. Pittsburgh Penguins here, the Malkinless Pittsburgh Penguins. Alright, so Tavares looks like he's not going to get to 50 goals unless he can get 4 goals in 2 games. Unless he can pull a Jamie Benn, I don't think he's going to get it. Alright, so let's simulate this game against Pittsburgh. Come on. Tavares, get a hat trick. Do it. You can do it. Come on. Captain Islander. Tavares against Crosby. Who's going to win? 2-0 win. Oh, Tavares, they only got 1 goal. Come on, Tavares, pick up the pace. Only 47 goals. He can still get a hat trick in the last game of the season. Who knows? Alright. Let's scout WHL here. Wow, we haven't scouted the WHL at all. Plenty of the OHL. Yeah, let's go WHL. I don't know why that's not scouted at all. Alright, last game of the season. Come on, Tavares. Get that hat trick. First period. Oh, no goals. Second period. Oh, Saad. Brandon Saad. There you go. Witnessing his... he probably has a goal, but first simulation goal for Saad there. TJ Brody, the deadline pickup for the Blues. Alright, Tavares, you need a third period hat trick. Can he get it? Oh, no, Vanelli. 2-1. Come on, Islanders. Now I'm just rooting for the win. Tavares at least got the goal to tie it up. Oh, no. Well, not the greatest way to end the season. But, man, this video is going long. Got to do this, though. Run, like, what, 32 minutes? 33 minutes now? Man. But I want to start the playoffs in the next episode. So I want to get all the stats and everything done now. Wow, the Blues have Emerson Edom and Tarasenko. That's pretty good. See, man, the teams really do change in this GM mode. That's surprising. Like, I haven't seen that in too many GM modes. We meet the Philadelphia Flyers in the first round. All right, they got a pretty good record as well, better than ours. Can we edit this at all? Do medical stat, we don't need to. Let's save up for one of those. Almost fully complete. Alright, yeah, stats central, team standings, let's check this out. Alright, so we finished 11th in the NHL, so not too bad, not the greatest. Eastern Conference, we feel... Holy crap! Woo! I didn't even notice, man. That was close. That was really close. We barely made the playoffs with 94 points, 45 wins, and we almost missed the playoffs. Oh my God. Okay, that was real close. Wow, Tampa Bay, what a year. Tampa Bay win the presidency. Yeah, wow, by a long shot. Wow, we finished 8th in the East. We barely made the playoffs. Detroit almost beat us. Oh man. I should pay more attention to that. I didn't think we had to. I thought we were good. Goals for per game, 9th. Goals against, 6th. Power play percentage, 2nd in the NHL. That's great. Penalty kill, 13th. Top half, that's a good thing to look at. At least away record is really good. Last 10, 6-4-0. Wow. Imagine if we missed the playoffs. I would have... I literally... I probably would have gone quiet for about 30 seconds. If I just saw that we didn't make the play. Like when I simulated and I didn't see a team pop up here, I probably would have thought the game was broken. Wow. Okay. Okay, that's interesting. That's not good. But it's alright now. There's 3 seasons in hockey. The regular season, the first 3 rounds in the cup. That's one season down. Now that the past doesn't matter. Now we're going for the playoff here. The first 3 rounds. Forwards. Alright, so Tavares just had a beast year. 86 points. 47 goals. Typical John Tavares year for us. I swear, man, he's back and forth. Before he was getting like 70, 87, 89, 86. He just had that one down year last year. If you can call a 70-point year a down year. Sherback, 69 points. Almost 70. That's great for Sherback. He had a great year last year. Yeah, man, he actually put up more points in the last 3 years. He's actually... Technically, it was an off year for him. Still a great year, though. Johnny Gaudreau, 56 points. So he actually went way far down than last year, but he's a playoff performer for us. Anthony Danner, 52 points. Strome, 52. Shaw, 41. Manny Heatley only got 40 points, man. That's alright. I don't remember his stats since we put him on the first line. So, the fourth line, I always said throughout the entire GM mode I wanted to get that good fourth line, and for whatever reason I can never have a good fourth line. Well, we finally found it. Jordan Nolan, Zach Smith, and Dale Weiss. 80, 80, and 79. Go figure. Probably the worst overall fourth line I've had, and it does the best. Maybe that's the key, I don't know. Defenseman, 46 points for Ekman Larson. Wow. 44 for Kapitanov. 37 for Ekblad. And then these guys are more defensive. There we go. Only Halpern was a minus. Pretty good. Pretty good. Alright, now goaltending. 37, 27, and 3, 8, 7, and 1. Wow. Actually, no, his goals against average was pretty good. I was going to say Frederick Anderson wasn't the greatest. It was just a team in front of him that wasn't playing too well. They weren't scoring goals for him. Yeah, man, Gibson just didn't have a great year. I don't know, man. Gibson, it's tough to tell because he's so good, but his numbers just are never the greatest. I mean, not very good numbers. I mean, this was a good year. Yeah, this is a good year, but the last 3 years, he's just not been putting up the points. Not the points, his numbers, save percentage and everything. And no, he didn't score a goal. We can check that out in a minute. Oh, oops, I don't know why I backed out. Alright, yeah, man, this video's going on pretty long, but gotta do it. Yeah, man, you guys seem to love these GM mode episodes. I mean, I put out a GM mode, and the support is just overwhelming. I mean, I don't get comments on really any other videos but my GM modes. And just gets by far the most amount of likes, by far the most views. I mean, I'll get over 100 views in just a couple of days. It's absolutely insane. It's awesome. Yeah, let's look at the entire NHL. NHL goals. Who led the league in goals this year? Steven Stamkos, 54. Martin Avery, 84 overall. Almost got 50 goals. His shooting, wow. How did he get almost 50 goals? Look at this guy. Only 86 offensive awareness. Mid-80s and low 80s in puck skill. Shooting, his wrist shot's pretty good, but his slap shot isn't that great. Skating, he's decent. Physical and defense, he's not that great. How did this guy get so many goals and points? Oh, Phil Kessel, Tavares, Drew Wynn, Ovechkin, Neal, Johansson, Price, Tom Price. How did he get 41 goals, 80 points at 83 overall? Malkin, 40 points, or 40 goals, I mean. Smallman, yeah, man. He's 89 overall. Well, that's what I mean, this was his breakout year for sure. But, at the time, it made sense. It's kind of like the, what's the deal I'm thinking of? The Tyler Seguin deal. You know, at the time, for the Bruins, it made sense. They weren't sure if Seguin was going to be the franchise guy that he turned out to be. They already had Bergeron and Krejci, so at the time it made sense. But now, you know, looking back on it, it's kind of like, man, we could have had a stud player there. Right, defenseman. 92 points, Morgan Riley. Oh, my God. Paula Coffey. We got, what's another high point-getting defenseman? I mean, Bobby Orr. Look at this guy. 92 points. I don't think I've ever seen a defenseman in GM mode get that many points. Oh, my God. Morgan Riley. Look at those puck skills. Shooting, offensive awareness, 95. Defensive awareness, 93. Toronto, man. If this guy turns out to be this good in real life, these guys are going to have a dynasty right here. Look at these points. 71, 59, 71, 92. Plus 24. Only 2 power play goals, too. uh, I want to know how many power play points he had, and how many 5-on-5 those were. So Carlson had 79 points, but he still has no chance at the Norris. 26 goals. Frank Corrado, 71. 84 overall, got 71 points. This is really weird. Like, a lot of players with not the greatest overalls are getting a lot of points. Carlson, Subban, Hamilton, Thrower, Parakta, Drew Doughty, Ouellette, Vinelli, Mata, Shattenkirk, Brodin, Kulikov, McDonough, Letty, Capagna, I don't know, Ellis, Falk, Petrovic, Pouliot, Jelena, Hedman, Niskanen, D'Angelo. So those are all the guys with 50-plus points. Seems like there's way too many now. It's like 50 points isn't even good, because all these guys get in 60s and 70s and 80s and now 90s, I guess. So John Gibson actually led the NHL in wins for goaltenders. But then again, looks like not a lot of goaltenders even played. Alright. Doesn't really make much sense, but okay. Alright, save percentage. Who had the most games played? Wow. Wow, why aren't the goaltenders playing games? I guess that's the problem with it. Wow, okay, so that's why Carolina made that deal. That was a great deal for Carolina then. They have this 92 overall goalie. Kalak. See how that was a great deal for Carolina. Now they got Evgeny Malkin. Traded this guy to Pittsburgh, so Pittsburgh got a good end too. They got a good goalie of the future here. Well, goalie of the present now. He's in his prime. Oh, I forgot to check. Anybody score a goal? Yes! Got one. I'm pretty sure in the... I say it like I caught a fish or something. I got one. But I forget in this GM mode if a goalie has scored a goal yet. But Francois Brassard scored a goal. It can happen. I was actually playing a GM mode. I think it was using like Vancouver or something. And Cam Talbot scored a goal, so that was pretty cool. We checked everything. Oh no, rookie skaters. I want to see this. Who's going to win the Calder? Vitaly Fedotov. Alright, so looks like he's going to get this year's Calder trophy. Arizona Coyotes got a good young sniper there. Alright, so pretty sure that's everything we got to look at. Let's look at playoff tree. So, Arizona, Minnesota. Arizona, Minnesota. The Kings against the Flames. St. Louis, San Jose, Winnipeg, Colorado. Tampa, Boston, Toronto, Florida. Carolina, Buffalo, Philly, and the New York Islanders. Wow, so Montreal, they're actually not in the playoffs. I forgot they were at the bottom of the league when we checked. So we don't have to worry about Montreal. They dominated us in the regular season, but we don't got to worry about them now. But let's actually check out the Flyers team. Well, we'll see. Actually, no, I don't want to do it in this episode now. No, I've never done it before. I don't want to start now. So this has been an incredibly long video, almost 45 minutes now. I mean, wow. If you guys are still watching, you're a true fan of the series, I'm telling you. But yes, thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed. And in the next video, we will jump into the 2022 playoffs with the defending Stanley Cup champion, New York Islanders. So see you guys there.